That dude making beats already before the damn show start, man. He bullshitting already. What's good, everybody? Come on in, man. Come on in. Y'all know how we do it, man. We got to cut the food before the show starts. That's what we do. You got to have fun and love what you do. If you don't have fun doing it, it's gonna get bored after a while. And talking sports never get boring with me. But y'all just come on in, man. Chris, you know what to do.
What's going on, y'all? It is Sunday. It's time to get it in, man. Some more news coming out. And honestly, man, this was the prequel. This is the night before. You know, it's like the night before you have the first day of school. And it's like the legal tampering period is almost upon us, you know. It starts tomorrow. So we're here to talk about a few things, a couple of quarterbacks who are right now, you know, flashing across the Falcons radar, at least rumor-wise. So at the end of the day, we're going to get into it, y'all. What's good, everybody? Chat. What's happening? Got to get into the chat.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Let's get into the chat, man. King ATL supporter was good, man. Christian Falcon said, God is good all the time, my brother. RB said, we see this regime. Is it going to be any different? They're actually considering this is a travesty. This is ridiculous. We're going to get into it into a second, RB, because I'm going to try to put some logic towards that because, you know, like I said, man, I try to put things to perspective from my point of view to where y'all can understand and see things a different way. Trust me, you know, I get where y'all coming from because of what we've been through at the quarterback position. But, you know, you got to trust somebody, man. You got to. And if you don't trust them, then guess what? It happens. But, yeah, man. Big John, what's good, man?
What's
Big
happening?
John Higgins, man. Stopping through, man. Big bro. Always checking up on me. DC, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Robert Blackman.
Robert.
Boy, King ATL says y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, go to our videos, hit that hype button, man, and hype us up. Y'all can do that. We truly appreciate it. Willie, what's up, my guy? ATL Focus, what's good, man? Many blessings, many blessings.
Many blessings.
Many blessings. What's good from Las Vegas? He at the strip with the Strip Club.
On the Las Vegas Strip.
Tater Head, what's good, man? So you guys need a new pass rusher if that one's going in jail. We don't know that yet, man, but we'll see what happens. But you still tell the truth. We still need a replacement pass rusher because no matter which way it goes, he's going to miss time. No matter if it's 5 years, 5 months, we don't know.
We don't know. It's good.
Eric Matt, what's good? What's good? Jason Roberts, what's up, man? Yeah, you know it. And Raymond, he got to bring the donuts.
Raymond with the donuts. Shout out to them Hawks too, man. I see that hat in the picture, man. Shout out to them Hawks. 6 straight moves.
Facts. Willie, what's good, man? We trying to stay on the road, man. It get hard sometimes. It's the off season, so it get kind of dry. But tomorrow, trust me, like I just told A1, man, he's gonna crank up big time. Because legal tampering period. I mean, you can legally talk to free agents, their agents, not the players. But yeah, it's gonna be some signings tomorrow. And all the ones we've been listening to the last 3-4 days, and another name that they talking about on the down low is Jalen Carter. Woof, boy, the Falcon pulled that off. See the catch on fire. But go ahead, A1. My bad.
Ooh, I'm like, you said Jalen Carter. I don't know about the Carter. The Carter.
Well, hey, that means they just signed Jordan Davis to a mega deal.
Man, that was a mega deal. When I seen it, I said, Jalen Carter. Because, hey, but you know, one thing about Davis, though, he did get into better shape, too. So I will give that.
Now he's every down player. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I give him his credit.
Because remember, that was his knock coming out of Georgia. You know, he won a 3-down player. Got in the shape. You know, got that cardio up. Now he out on the field, 75-80% of the time. So, man, look, I'm for it. But Jalen Carter, I know why they probably got him on straight block. His conduct, man. He gonna put himself in a bad spot. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say nothing bad, but he's just gonna put himself in a bad spot with that bad attitude. Jeff Holton, what's up, my guy?
What's happening?
I hope we will have a signing tomorrow. I pray we do. But that only time
Okay,
will tell,
real quick.
you know that money funny. You know that money
Yeah,
funny. Go ahead.
I was about to. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that money is definitely funny. I think we would have to. Well, to start getting me to moving is, of course, the basic. Oh, once you start seeing restructures and start seeing people getting cut, it's like, okay, so what's for to happen, Falcons? What y'all about to do? But we have yet to hear about any of that outside of what we know about. Mooney, of course, Kirk Cousins about to get cut, or Kadero Hodge. It's going to be a few other pieces getting cut, but I'm pretty sure they have a sense of direction of where they want to go. But at the same time, you still got to see how free agency falls. There's still going to be players that are deals are trying to get worked out right now, so they don't become free agents. You've seen all that scrambling happen over the weekend already. So it's going to be interesting tomorrow, man. Legal tampering actually begins. That's just so funny. It's something that we already know that was going on behind the scenes anyway, so they just gave it a date. Legal tampering.
Man, look, I'm telling you. But yeah, Willie, that's true, man. That is something to think about if you go out to Jalen Carter. Can he recover from that he took from the legal standpoint of the accident with those kids, in the truck, speed and all that crazy stuff. Maybe Georgia may not be a good place for him, but really, no matter where he goes, he's gonna still have that temperament. I mean, it's just who he is. It's at noon, Willie. It starts at noon.
Mm-hmm. But that's all on Jalen, though. I mean, everything is on you. You're a grown man, so I mean, if you want to act up, you can. You can go to Dominic Sue route if you want to. That's on you. But I mean, if you just want to keep your name clean and just play football, then that's cool too. Like at the end of the day, it's all on you. But whatever decision you make, just know it affects you and everybody around you. That's it.
Facts. That's absolute facts. Tony Wright, what's up, my guy? Before we start, I got a task for y'all. And before I start the test, y'all know what to do, man. Drop some super chats if y'all can. If y'all can't, don't worry about it. And go to A1 page as well to drop super chats.
Hit that like button.
But I got a question for y'all. Is there one particular free agent, and we're gonna be realistic with it? Is there one free agent out there that is a decent price that y'all would like to see the Falcons sign? We'll start with that, and then we'll get into our first topic. We're gonna let y'all do that while we're talking, and then we'll move along and talk as we go. But Tony Wright said, why not the Atlanta Falcons going heavy into free agent signing a quarterback, 2 wide receivers, linebackers, and a cornerback? I can see 3 of them. And I'm gonna tell you which 3: quarterback, wide receiver, and inside linebacker. And the reason why I picked those, Joe Flacco name has been heavy. We're going to talk about that. Right. Wide receivers, they only have 2 wide receivers on the contract. So you get 1 in free agency, you get 2 in the draft. Inside linebacker, Tremaine Edmonds is on the market right now.
And Quay Walker.
Quay Walker. So that's why those 3 are my picks. Outside linebacker, I can see that as well, because they could bring back Leonard Floyd. Talk about Arnold Ebiketie on the move. And cornerback, y'all already saw that the video I put up the other day about the cornerback. So I get all those positions, but if I had to go 3, it would be cornerback, wide receiver, and inside linebacker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one right there. I can see quarterback as well. Definitely wide receiver. Oh man, I want to go linebacker as well, but I mean, shoot, we already just covered that. So I mean, yeah, corner can be an option too. I know Jalen Watson from the Chiefs possibly could be out there as well if they want to go and try to get a cornerback number 2 against and still possibly, if they want to, draft a cornerback in the draft, maybe in later rounds. But if you handle that in free agency, then you can push that back. It just all depends on what they want to do. But I'm definitely all for Quay Walker or Tremaine Edmonds. More so Edmonds over Walker to a degree, just because of familiarity and pass coverage.
His cover.
Yep, pass coverage. Yep.
Tony Wright, I Jalen Rager is a name. Jalen Naylor, my fault. Yeah, Jalen Naylor is a name that's been out there, and I'm gonna probably do. I meant to do it yesterday, but I've been busy, man. But Jalen Naylor is a wide receiver from the Minnesota Vikings. I think they can get for a steal. I think he averages about 16 yards a catch, 29 catches, a little bit over 400 yards, and he's a speedster. and he's improved every year. And you talk about a guy that can play in the slot, speedster, a guy that can take top off the defense. He definitely your guy. So yeah, Jalen Naylor, he would be one of my guys, man. That's big super sleeper. Ron said quarterback, defensive tackle, and wide receiver. I go defensive tackle as well. Yeah, D offered. Yep. Hope he comes back. John Franklin Meyer, that's one of my guys. I did a draft profile on him. Mo, you can go check it out if you want to. Said resign Caden Ellis. Nah, Caden Ellis gone. He pretty much said it. Yeah, the general manager pretty much said, they in so many words, they're gonna go young at the position. In so many words. I feel like we can get a quarterback. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
I was about to say, I'm still saying if you want to, you can go ahead and try to go after Romeo Dobbs, man, and have another physical receiver. Stay being a tough, at least on the outside or receiver side, because you got Drake, and then you would also have another tough receiver and Romeo Dobbs. Of course, the biggest question is his health, those concussions. He's had a couple in the past 2 seasons, so that definitely is some caution right there. So
Facts. Tate said he like Jonathan Allen. Jonathan Allen, I think, is on the back end of his career. Now he could come in as a rotational guy if he comes at the right price. But if he comes in and wants 10, 12 million, you can't do it. I would love that because I know what he did in Washington, but he's had injuries the last 3 years. And like I said, he's on the back end. But again, as a rotational piece, I think he can come in and help. Dan said Jalen Naylor can have for $5 million. Well, Dan will make that a little bit sweet. It's actually about 4.2 million. So you get him for 3 years, a little bit over 12 million. That's a steal.
Hey man, I can go for that though. I can definitely go for that.
We need one of them steals, actually.
Yeah, we need some cap friendly deals, and I expect, and that's another thing I expect too. Because I was going to ask you Falcon fans, do you guys expect a big splash or just, like cap friendly moves? I do expect a lot of cap friendly moves. I expect some guys to come back just because they're familiar and they may, take a little less money just to play for the Falcons instead of trying to try out in free agency.
Facts. King ATL, I agree with that to a certain extent, but anybody's replaceable at the right price. Look at Deion Jones. We thought he was the future of the Atlanta Falcons, the linebacker. We ended up signing the wrong guy, and the right guy went down in Jacksonville, and he's been a Pro Bowler the last 3 years. Yeah, so, I mean, anybody's replaceable if you get him in the right system at the right price. And I'm gonna just keep it sweet with it. Right. Second, remember? Curtis, what, a third or fourth round pick?
I think it was third.
And he ended up being our starting middle linebacker over who was here before him?
I think it was Witherspoon. He kept getting hurt.
Witherspoon and the guy used to play for the Ravens when we got him. What the guy that used to play for the Ravens that used to be on Real Housewives? What's his name? The middle linebacker. But he was here. He didn't work out because he stayed injured. And they had Witherspoon. I think who else? I think Devontae Campbell was here too. Devontae Campbell was still here.
I know. Yeah. I'm trying to think of all our linebackers now. I don't say Akeem Dent and everything.
Yeah, he was here at one point. Yeah, he was here. Douglas High School alumni. Shout out to him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's his name, Ray. I can't think his damn last name though.
Not
I think his last. No, not Ray. It was Ray something. But he played for the Ravens. No, not Ray. It was Ray something. Man, because he was married to Lisa Wong, the model lady.
Oh boy, you know way more than that.
Jerome Malone for special teams and rotational outside linebacker.
You could.
I can see that. It's doable because he'll be cheap. And two, he share the same birthday as I do. So shout out to D'Angelo.
Couple cap friendly moves. That's what I'm saying.
6'7". Ed Hartwell, that's his name.
Ed Hartwell.
Thank you, team. Thank you. Yeah. That's his name, man. That's his name. Ed Hartwell. How could I not know that, boy? He always had something going on. Give you a hand for that.
Yeah. let's get into one this first quarterback situation. We still gonna be answering them questions though too.
Miss Drea, what's good?
Hey, what's happening, Miss Drea? But
Let's see. So we're gonna get into this first one, the quarterback.
oh,
And
Flacco.
here's something that we came across on Twitter. And it kind of caught my attention because I would not think Joe would want to go back to Cincinnati knowing that he's probably just going to be a backup. But you got to think, I'm going to try to break this down as simple as possible. But you see, a veteran quarterback, Joe Flacco, who will be a free agent Monday, wants an opportunity to at least compete for a starting job. But if he's a backup, sources say, and that's the key word. If he doesn't, if he knows he's not going to be a starter, you got to guarantee him he has a chance to compete for a starting spot. But say if he's a backup, Flacco will strongly consider a return to Cincinnati, where he filled in for Joe Burrow last fall and made his first Pro Bowl. Yep. So he made a Pro Bowl as a backup, but not as a starter. That lets you know he's getting better with time. But this is what concerns me about this whole tweet. What if the Falcons bring him in, promise him to compete, and he gets yanked, and they want to go with Michael Penix? That sounds like a problem to me. And I hear what y'all saying about we need a veteran quarterback. But if one is going to come in, they got to know their role. Because if they don't know their role, it's going to light up. They're going to light up the locker room. Kevin Stefanski is going to lose the trust of the players, and when you lose trust of the players, I don't care what year you in, that's kind of hard to recover from. But this tweet right here, A1, tell me what you think.
Shoot, man, backup quarterback got to come in and do his job, like you said, know his role. And Joe Flacco still wanting to be pretty much having a chance to compete as a starter, which I get it. Because, I mean, the numbers said, I mean, when he was with Cleveland, I mean, he still had a 58% completion rate. Still threw, 815 yards, but he had 6 interceptions and 2 touchdowns. Flip the script, get around a better team, at least some better talent, like a Jamar Chase. Then it turned into 61.7% completion percentage, but he still threw for over 1,600, nearly 1,700 yards, 13 touchdowns with only 4 picks and a 91% QB rate. So I can understand why he would want to go back to Cincinnati. He had success there. He made a Pro Bowl there. But if he goes anywhere else, especially Atlanta, in my opinion, he has to know that, it may be some games, you come in, fill in, play your role. But at the end of the day, we still got to see what Michael Penix has. So you will probably most likely get yanked. That's probably going to be the business. So I don't see him necessarily coming here for that. It's just he's riding that high, It's like that old gunslinger. He's still riding that high. He's like, I still got it. But we've been there with Kirk Cousins. We're about to release a guy that still feels like he's a starter. And we're going to bring another guy in that doesn't, want to come in, and wants to be a starter at 41. I just kind of feel like you're kind of hustling backwards a little bit, man.
Well, no, I mean, if you want to play, and like I said, you got to think about it too. You bring in a veteran, you're going to pay him much more than you're going to pay Flacco. Even if not, the only way that you don't is you get a Tua Tagovailoa or you trade for a Dillion Gabriel, who we'll get into in a minute. That's one of the quarterbacks that were cut who are on big contracts. They're only like $1.3 to $2 million. That's not much. But if you bring in a Joe Flacco, you're gonna spend at least I would say 4.5, because he was on a 2-year, I think $8 million deal. But you got the numbers right in front of you of what he did in Cleveland. So if you think about what he did, this is why he's picking Cincinnati, because he's thinking about the system that they're in, the weapons that they have, and they retooling, and he's comfortable with those players. This is why he's thinking about Cincinnati. But at the same time, Kevin Stefanski is the only one that gave him a chance outside of them. Cincinnati traded for him when Burrow went down. So he would probably come to Atlanta. It's just whether he's wanting to settle to be a backup if they get to a certain point and they win a football game and they make a quarterback change. It just wouldn't make sense. Now, don't get me wrong. At some point, that age is going to kick in. But at the same time, if you more balanced on offense like you should be, I think it wouldn't be no problem because he's going to make the proper throws. He's going to lead the team. Now he does turn the ball over a good little bit, but at the same time, we had Heineke, we had Mariota, we had those guys. So what's different? He's more of a proven veteran, and that's something we hadn't had. So, I mean, hey,
Definitely a proven veteran. Again, he still has Jamar Chase up there. Joe Burrow is subject to get hurt. I mean, Joe Burrow, I feel the same way I feel about Jordan Love. At the end of the day, those guys, they're great quarterbacks. I mean, Burrow is better than Love, but at the end of the day, they still have iffy health histories, you know, so rather their availability. Will Joe Burrow stay healthy their entire season? Who knows? But if he doesn't, guess what? Joe Flacco, if he doesn't, can come right in and blend right back in, throwing the ball to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. You know, and then or he can come down here and, you know, so to have Bijan Robinson, Drake London, possibly Kyle Pitts as well. And I mean, still, you know, he's going to have weapons to throw to. It's just for how long? Facts. Tell me how long you're going to be the quarterback. Because, again, I just feel like regardless of what guy comes in here, he's going to have to understand that eventually the Falcons are going to see what Michael Penix has. Unless we're, like, undefeated. Like, you know what I'm saying? If we're, like, 6-0, it's got to be something like that. It's got to be something that's outweighing the talent and the mystery of Michael Penix. It's got to be something like I'm talking about record breaking.
And to add to your point, it's got to be to where the coaches and the doctors are on agreement is to when he can come back. He can't just say, "Hey, I'm ready. Let's do this thing." Doctors got to clear him. Coaches got to see something to agree. They got to agree with each other to, you know, to a point to where, hey, he can come back in and start back playing. I believe and I trust him. If he doesn't get to that point, hey, it just is what it is. But at the same time, it could happen. But I'm just being real with y'all. If he's not ready at a certain point, I mean, what can you do? You look for another quarterback. Because we don't know. Like I said, timeline changing. He can say what he want to say. Right. But at the same time, if he practicing and things not looking right, guess what? He's not going to play.
Right. Not moving right, have a setback, anything like that. Right. So don't get me wrong, y'all. Like, I mean, I do feel like it's important to get a quarterback in here. But I also, in the same breath, feel like it is very important to you, not only your future, but to your skill players that you have, and you're still going to have to pay, and eventually people want to start getting to the playoffs, etc. You still got to see what you got in your young quarterback, because if you don't do that, you just kick the can down the road. It may get into a situation to where it gets really ugly for the Falcons. They may end up with no quarterback. Who knows?
And so you got in the same spot again, right?
Right, bro. You need to find out what Michael Penix is. Well, at least we see potential. We know that some things need some fine tuning. Now, if he can get that fine tuning, you know, it's an off of this injury, you know, so we're going to be looking back on this and be like, hey, man, we just had to see. But if he doesn't perform, guess what? We'll still look back on this and be like, well, we still had to see.
Yeah. Dick said he's not going to start for Cincinnati. He know that. He has a better chance of starting here. He would choose here first because he know the Falcons might not like Penix. I think the reason why he wants to go back to Cincinnati is because he knows his injury situation with Joe Burrow. And like I said, he's comfortable with that team. And another thing, he knows it's a free paycheck. He's not going to have to work much. That's probably why he want to go back there. So if he is called in for a start or two, he already knows the offense. He's comfortable with the coaches. He knows the schemes. He can lead the team. So as a veteran, that's what you dream of. Going to a team as a free agent that you know the coaches, the staff, the players, and know that they got your back at all times. That's all.
I just feel like bro gonna get yanked eventually.
I mean Eric, that's with the media. The media give him that pass all the time.
Yeah, I don't know.
When the player get the pass, it's usually the media. Tay said, I wish there was a way to trade for James. It is, but you probably don't want to give a fourth round pick for him.
Heck no.
and I think his contract is more than Flacco, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Dre said I was in on Flacco, but I do not want another Kurt situation. I'm just saying. Hey,
Uh, I agree with that 100%.
yeah,
But the reason why I don't think you have a Kurt situation is because he's not making that Kurt money. The reason why Kurt was trying to cause problems, he was thinking about those incentives in his contract. He still had incentives in his contract that if he didn't reach it, he wasn't gonna get paid. So when you getting
he
paid
still
what
had
30,
guarantees
$40 million
regardless.
dollars? Yeah, yeah,
He still had plenty of guarantees regardless. I mean, he's still
right.
getting paid. When he's gonna be off the team, he's still gonna be getting paid. So regardless, I can care less about that. But I feel Miss Dre is saying she just talking about like an older quarterback, still trying to see if he got it, still trying to give it another year and another year and another year, and you can't ever see what your young talent is like.
Right. That's the
It just
thing.
like it's just like when you gonna be able to move out the way so we can let some young talent get through here, dog.
That's sometimes that's just hard to that's just hard to see sometimes because and I always wanted to know this, and y'all can follow along in the chat. Did Desmond Ritter even get a fair chance at another Falcons quarterback? That's something that I want to know what y'all think. Because I don't think Arthur Smith knew how to use him. He just didn't fit Arthur Smith's system. And to me, I don't even really know how they drafted him. He didn't fit the system. He can run. He had a decent arm, and he had accuracy issues. And again, that goes back to coaching and working in the film room and things of that nature. So did he get a fair chance? You can say 50-50. Yes and no. Because look, the quarterback was in and out the lineup. You had Heineke, you had Mariota, you had Ritter. I mean, you just had all kind of quarterbacks. So when you inconsistent at quarterback, these type things happen. And this is the type thing we need to get away from.
Man, we got to get some kind of consistency because at the end of the day, man, I don't want our skilled players to could be contracts coming up and then they start having like when I can't even say buyer's remorse, but they just be feeling like, hey man, I'm not winning here, you know.
Facts.
So and that's another reason why we got to get the quarterback position down pat too, because I'm telling you, man, having Matt Ryan all those years, we were spoiled, and now we really see what quarterback purgatory really is. Even with bringing in Kirk Cousins, he still didn't fully even complete the job. I'm not saying he didn't try to go out and accomplish the task, but it still just didn't work. So you still at a revolving door. And now you have the things with Penix. I'm hoping and praying that Penix, you know, and I hate to feel that way too, by the way, but that's what we are doing. We're hoping that Penix is the guy. We're hoping that he can stand up and everything, and we're hoping that he can stay healthy. At the end of the day, that's still a lot of hope, you know, and we don't have a lot of time. So it's that's why I just want to see what Penix has, you know, because I don't want to get in a situation where it's like 3 or 4 years down the road and we're still trying to see what Penix has, or we don't extended him, or whatever the case may be. If it's
right,
we have a new regime, so I feel like, you know, it is warranted to at least give the guy opportunity. And if he's not the guy, then the new regime has all the right, you know, to move on, which don't get me wrong, they have the right now. But at the same time, bro, I'm just saying, see what the man has. That's all I'm saying. Just see what he has or what he doesn't have.
Yeah. JT, I wanted that long time ago because as I told y'all on the previous show, I'm looking at this win now window still. The window is still open that we can get into the playoffs with the team that we have. And you put a quarterback back there that's a veteran that can make the plays. This is easily a playoff team. Now you have an offensive staff that can be consistent. I think it makes all the sense in the world. So I bought in on Kyler months ago. It just is at the point that do the staff buy into it or do the ownership buy into it? That's the thing.
How much do you buy into the Viking rumors?
100%, because they run the same thing we run. And remember, Stefanski was up there in Minnesota for so long, and under Zimmer and O'Connell. So I mean, I believe it. And it to me, and think about it, he got two good receivers, and Jefferson and Addison. I think Hawkinson is getting his contract restructured, but he got the weapons. But go ahead.
No, I just had 2 words: Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, like receivers and names do matter. If I can possibly throw the ball to Justin Jefferson, I'm probably going to go that route. Especially if all they need is really like a quarterback and some fine tuning in other positions. You can definitely see that. Like, guys look at who they can possibly play with and be like, hey, that situation is open. I can go up here and possibly play with this guy. You know, it's a top receiver in the league. Not saying, I'm not saying that Drake is not a top receiver in the league, but he's not Justin Jefferson.
Right. An athletic freak. That's what we're talking about. Trucker Mike said we have to get this because we was an organization can't keep wasting another year of prime Bijan, prime Drake, or Kyle. That's what we saying, man. Win now, still there. So you got to take advantage of it. And the best way to do that is bring in a veteran quarterback until that young guy is ready. And we'll know after this year, whether y'all like it or not, we're going to know if Michael Penny's ready. We're going to know.
I like it. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Tay said if the owner of the Falcons didn't reside in Atlanta, Russell Wilson would be a good pick too. But I doubt he would want to come here due to the future situation. I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. I don't think that man worried about that. I don't think he worried about that.
Sure, I just don't think he's going to Atlanta, to be honest with you.
Yeah, point blank. Kendrick, what's up, man? Drill said he had confidence issues. Who would that be?
You talking about Penix or who we talking about? Yeah, let us know who you're talking about that one. You want to know something funny, though? We talking about Michael Penix and talking about getting rid of him and all that stuff like that, right? Like a lot of people like are out on him because of the injury, right? It is so funny that really, technically, this is supposed to be Michael Penix's first year.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, but since things didn't work out with Kurt,
that was the plan.
Yeah, but that shoulder got hurt. He didn't disclose it. He waited till we was out of the playoff race. Then his ass said something because he knew he would have got pulled. And again, he wouldn't have got those incentives.
Yeah, I mean,
this is the year to see what Penix has because 2027 draft class is deeper than the 24 draft class. Absolutely. You got about a handful of quarterbacks in next year's draft that can be starters.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you need to see what you got. Because, again, this will be his 3rd year, and then you got a 4th year. Would you pick up his 5th year? Yes, he is a first-round talent. So you got to see what's going on, man. You got to start looking ahead, because, again, these years matter. You got, and even with Bijan, Drake.
She said Ritter didn't have the confidence.
Oh, Ritter, it was more than I feel like than that with Ritter, man. I just think, honestly, Ritter just didn't have the full mechanics along with the confidence. See, he didn't have confidence and mechanics. That was just a bad combination.
Bad combination.
Then on top of that, you look on the sideline and your coach look like he's ready to choke the mess out of you like Homer Bart.
Yeah, he used to give him some nasty looks.
Shoot, we all did. Let's keep it real. After a while, like I know I stayed on the Ritter bandwagon as long as I possibly could. But I just couldn't do it. Like, I think it was after that London game, I just couldn't believe it. I was just like, bro, like, okay, bro.
Gabriel, man, look, but Gabriel, let me tell you this, man. I don't think he's inaccurate to the point as being the most inaccurate quarterback. I just don't think the coaches work with him properly on footwork. When you talk about coaching happens in the film room, coaching happens on the practice field, and during NFL on Sundays. For you to develop and grow like you're supposed to, you're supposed to grow and develop every day of the week. Whether it's all 3 of those phases. If you don't do that, and the coach don't help you do that, guess what? It's going to keep me in problems. So, I mean, and look, he put up decent numbers. He wasn't putting touchdowns on the board, but he was making the throws when he needed to make them sometime. I mean, like I said, if you look at the playbook between him and Kurt, it was just totally different. It looked like the playbook that they wanted to run was leaning more towards Kurt's playing style than it was Michael Penny's playing style.
And of course, he's the coach as well.
Right, right.
Talking about Kirk Cousins. So,
Ryan, what's up, man?
What's happening, Ryan?
What's good, man? Birdcage LLC, man. Y'all go check them out on YouTube. But yeah, man. When you have your back against the wall with the coaches, man, ain't nothing you can do. If they have a certain system that they trying to run and you don't fit that system, they gonna try their best to use you the best they can and try to put you in a position to succeed. But if you don't truly fit their system, ain't no way you can succeed. You just can't.
Man, we're gonna definitely see, man.
But speaking of systems, this next quarterback we're gonna talk about, he was in Kevin Stefanski system in Cleveland, and I talked about it before. And to be honest with y'all, I honestly don't have any problem with this because you trying to get younger at the position either way it go. You already have one left-handed quarterback here. You already have him who knows the system. He can also come in and work with Michael Penix, even though they pretty much the same age. Guess what? You can still bring them in. They can work together. Dillion Gabriel is who I'm talking about. And Sporting News is where I got this from. That the Atlanta Falcons are emerged as a possible landing spot while Cleveland weighs roster upgrades. And y'all got to understand, they really don't want to play Deshaun Watson. So Shedeur Sanders is going to be their starting quarterback again. And there have been rumors the last week and a half, 2 weeks, that they may draft a quarterback or sign one in free agency. So they don't know which way to go. They have a new coach. They have a new coaching staff. But it's the same thing. The front office is putting this team together instead of the coach. Todd Monken is 60 years old. First time being the head coach. Don't know how that's going to go. But at the same time, hey, what can you do? Whoop-de-doo.
I was just about to say whoop-de-doo. Oh, man. Dillion Gabriel, I mean, yeah, the West Coast scheme fit. I understand the RPOs and play action rollouts, all that stuff can work. I mean, he was just there. Think about this, too. I mean, Dillion Gabriel in a dome environment, so you got the
Totally
average
different.
arm. Yeah, average arm strength. And so a controlled indoor climate will help him better. And he's got over 60. I remember over like 60 college game starts. Limited action. 7 touchdowns and 6 starts. I mean, he's been called a high IQ guy, etc. My main thing is going to be competition wise. Will he be true competition? And what is the draft capital asking price? Because again,
that's a good question because he was a 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
So that was a damn good question. Ghost Pepper, what's up, man?
Can't be trying to you can't. I'm about to say you can't be trying to just pull no high draft pick for a guy who's already a 3rd rounder to begin with, and who's a backup.
But remember, Kenny Pickett was a 1st round pick, and he got traded for a 7th round pick.
That's my
just
point.
To get him off the team. So if I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm looking more towards that 7th round range because if you're gonna look for a quarterback and you already have 3 on the roster, Dillion Gabriel is the odd man out. But go ahead.
Yeah, indeed, he is the odd man out. It just again that's my biggest thing would be the asking price, and would he even really have a shot here in Atlanta as well? He's most likely going to be a backup. I think a primary backup or what you could call QB 1B. That would be most of his role, just to be like a stable floor for the offense. He's going to have those high-end weapons as in Bijan Robinson, as in Drake London, Kyle Pitts. And those 2 guys, if you want that quarterback controversy between that, I mean, you may have to do it anyway. Yeah, who knows? Who knows, man? At the end of the day, that's the whole thing because you just don't know what Michael Penix is. And that's a good and bad thing. I mean, you've seen sample sizes, and some people, are more high on Michael Penix than others, and I understand. But what's going to be Dillion Gabriel's role? What's going to be the draft capital asking price?
Yeah.
And again,
Facts.
he does not have as strong as an arm as Michael Penix as well, neither. So as far as like throwing the ball downfield, trying to get downfield targets, if you get Dillion Gabriel, you so more so need receivers who are specializing in the short and intermediate range, more so than guys who want to fly down the field.
But I will give him credit, Chris. I give him his credit now. I watched him play in college at UCF, Oklahoma, and Oregon. And one thing that I did notice, kid had just an uncanny way to win football games. And if he had that uncanny way to win football games, just like Tua, when Tua was hot, Tua was putting up numbers. It was Tua with his inconsistency and not knowing how to read defenses. That's when he started to mess up. But like I said, we can talk about how tall he is, the size, the measurables, and all that. But at the end of the day, if he can win football games, I have no complaints. Willie, thank you for the donation, my brother. But one thing about it, when you have the coaches in place that you have, this is why Alex Van Pelt is important. This is why Eastern is important. This is why Stefanski is important. They can come together as a collective and help these quarterbacks. We didn't have that with the previous 4 or 5 quarterbacks we had. Arthur Smith tried to run everything by himself. Zach Robinson tried to run everything by himself, and it just backfired. So now that you have a collective on the coaching staff, really, honestly, I don't care who we have at quarterback, just as long as they can be a game manager that they need to be. That's all I'm worried about.
And think about this too. We also had coaches who were coaching out of position. We just had guys just in positions, but we got guys who are all former, offensive minds in some regard, so we have guys who are at least experienced with some young talent, talking about like Tommy Reese. He's more so of the right now. Thomas M. Strong, he's more so of the right now. And then you have a guy who has the most experience and working with veteran quarterbacks. And again, you had Aaron Rodgers have an MVP season with Alex Van Pelt, and you just had an MVP season from Matthew Stafford because he's coming from the Rams. Again, man, I'm just hopeful that we can get the best out of Michael Penix. And I'm at the point of it where I'll say it right now. If these guys can't get the best out of Michael Penix, then it probably is going to be time to move on, because I'm looking at the track record. I talk about this all the time, just even in coaching regardless. When I pull out the track record, when I pull your file, can I see like any sort of evidence of success? And I ain't going to lie, when I look at Van Pelt, I'm like, well, yeah. And you even had recent success with Drake May, and Drake May even gave you a shout out for it. So again, I want to see what Michael Penix has, because we got all these coaches around him. And if he's not the guy, then guess what? Let's go get a guy who these coaches can still put their hands on, a young guy possibly, and still be able to move forward. But you got to see what you got in your face now to see if you need to do that or not. It's just, that's all I'm saying. You got all these coaches. You got to at least let them see what's going on.
Yeah, and we had a roster to win. But you got to see how everything comes together. And the quarterback is the key to that. Because if they can't move the ball up and down the field like they need to, just like the last 7-8 years, the defense going to get wore out by the end of the year. Everything going to fall apart. So,
okay, so let me ask you this. Right now, present day, hypothetically speaking, Falcons trade a 7th rounder for Dillion Gabriel. After you see that news, depending on, I said, let's say that we trade a 7th round for Dillion Gabriel. Who is your starter? Just like for Smitty, who's your starter? Michael Penix or Dillion Gabriel?
It depends on if Michael Penix is ready or not. If they say he's the guy, he's the guy. But if he's not ready, Dillion Gabriel is going to be your guy. And they still have to bring another quarterback.
Let's just say that
third string guy.
That's what I'm saying. That's what makes it all the sense. Because let's say we're saying that. I'm saying that he is ready. I'm saying week 1, you got 2 healthy quarterbacks who can go out there ready to lead the offense. Which one is your guy? Are you going with Michael Penix, or are you going to give Dillion Gabriel a shot?
That's up to the coaches. I'm gonna leave it at that. I mean, like I said,
his opinion on what Smitty would do.
Like I said, but but see, like I said, it's just what my opinion. It just what my opinion is at that point. If he's to the point where, hey, I feel like we can, see where he's at. And one thing that they need to do, if he's ready by week 1, he's got to play at least 2 of those preseason games. He has to, because if he can't play either one of those preseason games, he's not ready.
It's gonna be so interesting to see
Because,
how.
like I said, you got to think about the mental aspect.
No, I was about to say it's this new regime.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I agree. But you got to think about the mental aspect of the game. That's why I say he has to be back. He has to be back by training camp. He has to be ready to go for the preseason, because the speed of the game, taking that first hit, getting confidence in that knee, all they got to come into play to be ready for week 1. That's what people don't understand. He's just not going to go out there week 1 and say, hey, I ain't got to play preseason. I ain't got to do training camp. I'll just be ready to go. I've been studying. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. But the physical aspect of the game remains the same, bro. If you're not ready from the physical aspect of the game, you're not ready.
You already know. I've already said the things like, there's nothing like a player who has reckless intent and pure malice on his mind when he's coming at you to really see what you got. All that training camp stuff and that red shirt or yellow shirt and that pity pat, all that stuff, it's friendly fire, and at the end of the day, like, it's not real fire. So when you have a guy that's getting paid to get you on the ground, that's when you're able to really see what you got. And you can get some of that in preseason, because you got some guys that's trying to make the team. So heck yeah, they're trying to get you on the ground, because that's tape for them either to be on that team or somewhere else in the NFL. So the reality of it is, how is this new regime going to handle preseason? Because we don't know them yet when it comes to that. We don't know them yet when it comes to training camp, OTAs, all this stuff like that. We're about to find all this out.
Yeah, tell y'all, he said he'd take Sam Howell. I would too, man. I absolutely would. I actually like Sam coming out of North Carolina. But he's another short quarterback. I think he's about 5'11" too. He's not big, but he has a big cannon for an arm. He can make plays. I'd say Gabriel was better than Penny. I'm just stating the obvious. If he's not ready, he's not ready. Let's be real, y'all. He got to be ready to go week 1, to be ready to go right then and now. He's got to be ready for training camp, and he's got to play in the preseason. He's got to knock that rust off. I know it's only been 9 months, but at the same time, you got to knock that mental rust off.
But I had took all that away. I said, man, you got two.
You got to knock that mental rust off.
Yeah. Hey, man, that's one thing about it too, man.
Yeah, man.
Let's see how it's gonna be mentally too.
Let's listen to let's get what they had to say, right? Then we'll keep it going.
Oh, I forgot all about them. Yeah, what they say.
Let's see.
We've been saying.
All right, boy. What we've been saying pretty much right. Said Cleveland ultimately stops Gabriel. The Falcons could present a larger trade partner. Former Browns coach Kevin Stefanski now leads Atlanta and previously oversaw Cleveland's that decision to select Gabriel in the 3rd round of last year's draft. That familiarity could make the Falcons comfortable with acquiring him for a modest return. One possibility mentioned around the league involves a day 3 selection, potentially a 5th or 6th round pick. We don't have a 5th round pick, so that's out. Although Gabriel's rookie season did not deliver standout numbers, he performed within expectation for a developmental backup. 10 appearances, 937 yards, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, nearly 60% passing, and 1-5-6 starts, which I still think is a collective as that coaching staff sucks. Just keep it real with y'all.
Yeah.
But to finish it off, I'm going to finish it right here. It said Kirk Cousins' situation remains unsettled for the organization, which we know he's going to get cut now on March 11th, which is later this week. So Joe Flacco been mentioned as a potential option. We just talked about that. Gabriel could represent a younger alternative if Atlanta decides to pursue a trade instead. So, with that little excerpt right there, man, I agree with them 100%. So, I mean, we'll just see how it works out, man. But I'm just telling y'all, Y'all got to be open to whatever the possibility of what the Falcons staff do. That's all we saying. Just be open to whatever change that they decide to make. And it may not be Gabriel. I agree with that. It might be. It might not be. But you got to be open to whoever the choice is going to be, whether it's Flacco, whether it's somebody else in the league. You just got to be open to anything because we don't really have a quarterback on the roster outside of Michael Penix. So you got to be open to anything. And like I told y'all, you got to remember too, we paying 4 quarterbacks. So you're not going to go got to get a big market guy that's $20-30 million. You got a certain price range.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, brother. End of the day,
our boy Clint in the building, man. He gonna join us too tonight, man. So y'all stay tuned for that. Draft Dome, man. Go check him out on YouTube. Putting out great videos, and you check him out on YouTube. I think it's still the Draft Dome, right, Clint?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's still doing his thing, man. Still doing his thing.
Shout out to him.
I think I reeled him up to start the channel. I think I reeled him up.
Shoot, man. I know what else you reeled him up. It said that Dillion Gabriel graphic triggered me. Hey, nah, I get it, man. Hey, at the end of the day, I'm still on that same boat. I'm still in that same boat about what I had said before, though, Smitty. I'm about to say Ian Anderson. Lord have mercy. Let Cunningham never be anything like Ian Anderson. But yeah, Ian Cunningham, he might his draft picks though, bro. I'm telling you, like, he's not gonna mortgage the future to say the now.
So do you think that he will find another quarterback that somebody cuts to bring in?
I feel like if he
bring in Flacco,
he will. I think if I feel like quarterbacks that have been cut like that, I feel like he's calling those type of phone lines. I don't necessarily think that he necessarily wants to trade any draft capital. He's already upset that we only have 5 picks. If he trades any one of those, I mean, it's going to be 4. Yeah, I just don't see him decreasing. That's why, like, some of these quarterbacks that we talk about, it is rumors, and it's our job to talk about the rumors as well, even no matter how we feel about them personally.
It's just rumors. That's all it is. It's just rumors.
Right. But I mean, but it's always going to be a topic because Michael Penix is hurt.
But
yeah, Michael Penix is hurt, and we don't know about him.
Right.
We just
and we told y'all that months ago.
Davis Mills from Texans.
Yeah, Davis Mills is another good one. Berto threw that out about 2 months ago. I actually like that one. Yeah, I actually like that. He's in a West Coast style offense too. Strong on quarterback, very smart, and I think he could do the job. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. You talk about trade for Gabriel. I think he'll trade for Tyson Bagent before he trades for Dillion Gabriel. This is just the rumor that they going with. That's why we're talking about it. It don't have nothing about what we think about. We just going with the article.
They just going with the news.
Just having fun, something to talk about, man. Y'all got to relax. Y'all got to relax. Ms. Drill said he'll bring in Franks as a bridge. Ms. Drill, if he bring in Felipe Franks, the Mercedes-Benz stage be empty every single Sunday.
I'm talking about every single Sunday. You better believe it. It's already hard to go in there sometimes already. I'm like, you definitely gonna be, man, get out. No, we can't do that one. They said I'm looking at Tyrod Taylor, Sam Howell, Zach Wilson, and Flacco. All are unrestricted free agents. Hey, man.
Agreed. I like Sam Howell. I said it again. He a little undersized, but I like Sam Howell myself. Zach Wilson, good backup, decent backup. Tyrod Taylor, veteran in this league, good backup. So, I mean, we don't know who they going to bring in. It could be anybody. And we'll know soon. Because when that legal temper period start, yeah, it is.
Oh, my God.
It is, man.
Oh, these QBs are so depressing. They're in a really bad spot. Yes, we're in a terrible spot. That's the thing where we're saying. That's why it's so important to try to see what you got in your young guy, Michael Penix. It is so important because, again, the quarterback market is so murky. Now, it's just downright just despicable. A lot of these guys are going to journeymen. A lot of these guys are castaways, throwaways, whatever you want to call them. But at the end of the day, and the thing about it, okay, I'll humor you guys. If Michael Penix is not the guy, remember, it's going to be some of these same guys in this same circle next year, in the same cycle next year.
Yep.
Some of them may not even play this year and may be in this cycle again and try to see about quarterback work next year. Then you're going to have some quarterbacks that's coming out. You may have to be looking and drafting one of them. And you still may need a backup because who's to say Michael Penix wants to stay if you draft another quarterback? Who's to say he wants to be a part of that?
Exactly. So
you just don't know where it can go. You just don't know where it can go, man.
That's what we try to do, man. We try to look through things through two, three lenses for y'all, man. When we pull the article up to talk about it, it's what they think. We just giving our opinion on it. It could be anybody that they bring in. And like I said, the quarterback from Chicago will probably get traded for before Dillion Gabriel will. But they feel like Dillion is the best fit because he's worked with Stefanski before. But
when you think about it,
go ahead.
No, I was just about to say, when you think about it, it's really like easy news. It's just like, okay, well, I'm going to connect this dot, put him here. And you think about it, that's where when coaches leave one team and go to another, you don't think that those type of connections always get put. We do it ourselves, put the connections together. Okay, what coaches work with, what quarterbacks work with who was in college at the same time, so maybe they had some luck back then. All those connections are what people are doing. So now the easy connection is, well, Dillion Gabriel played for Kevin Stefanski. Let's link him to the Falcons. So same thing with Flacco.
And I give y'all hypothetical, and it ain't even nothing real. Imagine if Justin Jefferson became a free agent and he can come play with Kevin Stefanski with a decent quarterback. Don't you think he would do it? Man. If he knew he had a Bijan Robinson on the same team and they could afford it, don't you think he would do it? That's all I'm saying. Drill said, for real, my head just spinning at this point. I mean, we ain't trying to make you sick, Miss Drill, but I mean, we just being real. We just being logical. Dan said the chemistry of Flacco with Chase and Higgins, etc. in Cincinnati could transition to London, Pitts, and our new wide receiver too beautifully. You said you wanted a game manager. That's what I'm saying. Flacco could be that game manager. He might not be 25, 26 no more, but the older he's gotten, it seems like he figured out a little bit more how to unlock a little bit more of his talent. His arm might not be as strong as it used to be, but he can still make the throw that he needs to make. And he can win football games. He showed that.
But again, he believes he is just like Kirk Cousins. I still got something left in the tank, and I can possibly be a starter. If I can be a starter, I'll move on. If not, I'm gonna stay here with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Joe Burrow.
Right.
And his toe.
Exactly, Oak man. This is exactly what we're saying. That's why Zach got the job in Tampa, because of Baker Mayfield. They work together in Los Angeles. Same exact thing. All in who you know. All in who you know.
It's almost just like the industry, man. You just say, man, I know this person, relationships, boom, boom, boom. And that's why, like, a lot of times you'll have like some of the same coaches getting recycled and revolving around, just going around the league, going from place to place to place to place. Because they have that relationship, they have that familiarity with somebody, and and somebody in the building say, hey, look, you can hire such and such. I worked with him back in 10, 15, maybe 5 years, whoever the case may be. And it's just, he said, Gabriel said that gets I mean, it's just the reality. It's just the reality of what a lot of teams do, what a lot of leagues do. Let's not even just limit it to the teams. That's what a lot of leagues do.
Facts. Tate said quarterback just need good coaching. Look at Geno, Darnold. Both had a career, but boost due to finally having good coaching. Malik Willis. So any possible young quarterback we bring in can do the same. Absolute facts.
Yeah, that's possible.
Just got to be in the right system. Look at Sam Darnold. He was a journeyman in the first 7 years of his career. He ended up winning the damn Super Bowl when he found the right system. And really, he found it in Minnesota, but they stupid ass threw him away. And he ended up in Seattle and took him on to the next level. That could have been Minnesota in the Super Bowl this year, but hey, they wanted McCarthy. And look what they paying for it. Now they talking about trading.
Sam Darnold finally got his 50 games.
Yeah, finally. D, what's up, man? Appreciate you.
Oh yeah, always factual.
And Flacco, he just a couple years younger than me. So hey,
But
I
Flacco
got gray hair,
41.
he got gray hair. And he's still a couple years young. I'm just 46, just 5 years. That ain't much.
So Smitty, you don't want to try it out there? We get Flacco, you might as well going out there for some tryouts
Shit,
too.
no, that boy, they gonna be in trouble
That
fucking with me.
man,
I'm telling you.
shit.
Maya says Stefanski. Maya says Stefanski is really high on Gabriel. He's a lefty, which gives you two in camp with pennies. A good point.
Yeah, it'll be two lefties. I mean, football, you ain't got to worry about quarterbacks. Excuse me, you ain't got to worry about your pass catchers catching a football that looks different. The spirals, coming out different, like our guys had to do. One guy was a righty, one guy's a left. So it's like you had to get used to that as well too. I don't think that is as easy as that sounds, by the way. That spiral is different.
Oh yeah, I ain't never seen number two about 3 or 4 perfect spirals in my life. And my Warren Moon had the best. I had to say Warren Moon. I could say Montana. Who else? Who would I pick for my third? Y'all might be mad, but I say Drew Brees. Even though he didn't have a strong arm, he still know how to make all those throws. JT, I agree. Draft let you know exactly what direction they having. I'm sorry, they going with MP9. It's going to let you know. And free agency will too.
I'm about to say, yeah. Just about to say free agency will too.
Because whomever it may be in free agency or the draft, it's going to give you some kind of idea. Steve Young had a nice spiral too. He killed the Falcons when I was coming up. Boy, I hated to see him coming.
Yeah, Steve Young, man. Hate to see him coming. Do y'all know?
Go ahead.
Oh, it said, do y'all know who Stefanski really truly wanted at quarterback? Because he didn't want Watson, he didn't want Gabriel or Shador according to points. Yeah, I think he still wanted to rock with Baker Mayfield, to be honest with you. He had some success.
That was, to me, and I didn't mean to cut you off. To me, I think that was a bad situation because the front office went behind his back just like the Falcons went behind Matt Ryan back. It happened in both spots. So when you had a front office making these kind of decisions without informing the quarterback, and like I told y'all in 2020, when Stefanski got to Cleveland, he won Coach of the Year and gave Baker his best year to date. It still didn't stay in Cleveland. So these type things happen, man, when your front office and your coaching staff is just disconnected. Well, go ahead, my bad, man.
Oh, sure. No, I mean, that's just basically my whole thing. I just feel like he still wanted Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, he should have. Yeah, he should have. He should have got him. He should have kept him. Because look what Baker Mayfield turned into.
Yeah, I mean, shoot. And again, the whole relationship thing, going out there to LA, I feel like that was the best thing for Baker too. I mean, he went to the Panthers before then, and then went out to LA. When he went out to LA, that was the best thing that really saved his career.
Yeah, I agree. D, you might hear some news tonight. They said 12 p.m. tomorrow, but I think they meant 12 a.m. So you might hear some rumblings tonight after midnight. You might start hearing news tonight. We'll see. But I'm gonna be up for a while, so if the news break, I will be up.
Oh, I just had got a text message from a guy. He was saying like he's not a Rams fan or anything. He was just saying he was reading the reports about what they were saying about Trent McDuffie, his new contract, and they were just saying holy overpay. Like, I mean,
but can you really say that? He's one of the best corners in the league. But see, Chris, when you a top rated player in this league, you're gonna get that kind of money.
Oh, you ain't gotta tell me. I just want people to know this is the type of money that's getting thrown around. And again, it goes back. He's a top rated corner, one of the best corners in the league. And the Rams, you already know how they get down anyway. If they feel like it's an asset, they're going to keep them. So here you go. $100 million guaranteed, 4 years, $124 million total.
Yeah. Do we go after Njoku? That depends. If they trade Kyle Pitts, absolutely.
Yeah, that's
If
about
not,
it.
no. I think they go find another veteran tight end or they draft a tight end. And there's plenty of tight ends in this draft. They can come in and give you what Njoku or even Kyle Pitts giving you. I'm gonna just say it like that. Being real with y'all. Dan said the Bucks on a downturn, but Baker will show off in front of Stefanski when we played him twice. He gonna do that anyway when he played the Falcons. He always do. Maya said Stefanski didn't want Gabriel. He felt he could win with Gabriel played. Rewatch the draft. He didn't want Watson or Shador. I know he didn't want Watson. That was purely the owner who did that. He came out and said it. He felt like Watson was, the future of the team, and he felt like he can take them to the next level. But all the off the field problems, then that Achilles injury, it just got shot to shit.
That Shador situation was just funny because they leapfrogged the Eagles to draft Shador because the Eagles was about to draft Shador. So, yeah, that's funny. You leapfrogged them to draft the guy that the head coach didn't even want. I was literally watching the draft when they drafted Shador, and I seen Kevin Stefanski's face, and I was just like, that guy does not want Shador.
Yeah, boy, let me shut up. Tay said, what y'all think about adding Kobe Dean? Also, would it be possible, hypothetical, to have Walker, Dean, and Diablo at the field at once? If they run a 4-3, you can see all three of them, but I think they'll run more of a 4-2-5 or a dime defense. A bit nickel defense. I could see it, but and I think honestly, Dean and Walker are probably going to be very affordable. But I could see it. I would like it. But, I mean, hey, we got to retool that position. But, again, we may go younger in the draft. Who knows? But, like I said, that second-round pick is going to be key to which way we going in the draft. When we pick in the at pick 48, we'll know exactly which way we're going. But go ahead, my bad.
I was about to say a lot of people, they want wide receiver now. Before the release of I was hearing wide receiver before the release of the Darnell Mooney, but not as much as now. Because I know I even dropped a poll on my page, and I was just wanting to see what Falcon fans are at, and most of them, they're going. It was like over 40% saying wide receiver now. So, and that's what it is. So again, you can possibly get wide receiver in the draft. Maybe you can get them in free agency. Maybe you can double dip. Hey, at the end of the day, wide receiver, pass catcher is important. Got to have somebody.
Absolutely. When you only got 2 on the roster, you got to go get somebody to catch the ball. The Chili's can't catch.
Right. But think about it too, though, Smitty. I still feel like if you keep Kyle Pitts, he's got to be wide receiver number 2. If you don't go out and get a wide receiver, like a veteran wide receiver in this free agency market, and you bring in a rookie, then Kyle Pitts got to be number 2 then. And you just let the rookie kind of go in the slide or be just, get in where he fit in type thing. But then you can have Drake and Kyle Pitts and roll with that.
Agreed. But I'm going to be real with you. I've been saying this for the last 3-4 years. Kyle Pitts has to be the number 1 target. Drake London is the number 1 receiver, but Kyle Pitts has to be the number 1 target. He unlocks the entire offense. If he unlocks the middle of the field, that unlocks the run game. The run game is on point. Take deep shots with Drake London or whoever else is number 2 or the slot. Kyle Pitts is the key to this offense, but for some reason, they haven't been able to unlock that. Look at what Travis Kelce has done in Kansas City the last 8 years. When Tyreek Hill was there, Kelce controlled the middle of the field. That's why Tyreek could take those deep shots downfield. That's why he could take those shots over the top, him and Mahomes. Because when his tight end controls the middle of the field, guess what? Who do you know who to check and be on a stitching of the pass game as well? So Kyle is the key. When they figure that part out, everything else will fall in place. Trust me when I tell you that. Eric said, I've been so behind on Falcons news. Life has been busy for me. So I'm here to be briefed by the pros. Hey, man, ain't no pro. I just like to give my thoughts. I mean, I do okay.
Words,
but
though.
appreciate you though, Eric.
Yeah, for sure.
Dance out cap space is being cleared for at least 2 solid signings. No picks. Cunningham wants his draft picks.
Yep, I agree.
Yep, I agree.
Until he shows me that he's going back on his word, I'm just now getting to know Ian. We're all just now getting to know Ian, like who he is. The man said, I like draft picks. I hate the fact I only got 5. So with that being said, I really just don't see him getting rid of one. It got to be a darn good player that he's getting rid of any draft pick for. I think he would rather get, if it was up to him and made sense to do it, I think he'd just rather get rid of a player or 2 and get a couple draft picks and be like, let me build this guy.
Well, you just made my next point. When he did that interview at the Combine, it's talked about Khalil Mack. I start rambling in my mind. Kyle Pitts or Jesse Bates, which one? I can see either one. I'm still going. I'm not sold until they line up week 1. Anybody can still be moved, no matter who it is. Anybody but Bijan. Bijan is safe, I think. Lindstrom is safe, I think. Anybody outside of those 2, they tradable.
Well, I think people on the defense is safe. Like Jalen Walker ain't going nowhere.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Like Brandon Dorless, he's here. Stuff like that. So, it is Divine Diablo.
Veterans is what I mean. I should have just said veterans.
Oh, Divine Diablo, you're not trading him right now. If anything, you're trying to add to him. And that's a guy I feel like the Falcons should extend. I ain't saying it got to be a super long contract, but just go ahead and give him a year, another year or 2.
What was his cap number this year?
I think like 4. Hold on, let me make sure.
Was it about $6 million?
I want to say somewhere in there 6, no more than 8. I know it ain't no more than 8.
I mean, if you give him a Caden Ellis deal when he came here 3 years ago, 3 years, $22 million? I think you can get by with that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's at 8 million. Well, shoot.
Okay, really so yeah. Well, okay, so you be at 3 years, $30 million. Yeah, now I can still rock with that because you can maneuver that.
Yeah, his base salary. Yeah, because he signed a 2-year, $14 million contract.
So
and $7 million. Yeah, so $7.66 million of it was guaranteed with the $6 million signing bonus. Base salary this year will be $5.6 million.
Oh yeah, you can get him for $7-8 million. You get him in the 25 range for 3 years, I think he'll go for it.
I'm just saying, yeah. I agree, bro. I just feel like Divine Diablo is a guy that you got to keep on the team. So go ahead and extend him. Like I said, you don't have to be a crazy long contract, but extending him for 2 more years, I don't think it would hurt because you've seen how much you missed him when I laid it out back when we finally came back, how much we missed Divine Diablo. And I made a video that's still up on my channel right now that how important Divine Diablo is to the Falcons defense and how much we missed him.
They got to steal.
Right. So again, you got that guy, pair somebody with him. I don't care if it's Quay Walker, it's in Tremont Edmonds. Shoot, if you want to, see if Leo Chanel wants to start in the gig.
Yeah, Kansas City. Yeah. And look, I don't think he's gonna fall to the second round. But if CJ Allen there, go for it. Go for it, man. You got see. One thing about the draft is going to always be some slip through the crack, just like Xavier Watts last year. It never fails. If one falls through the crack and he's high on your board, go get him.
Yeah, I'm saying. I mean, the Kobe Dean, I still like that idea too. I mean, it's all going to come down to money and fit. That's really what it's going to come down to the most.
Yeah. And I think it's Quincy Williams. Did he get cut?
Quincy Williams. I ain't seen anything
from the
about
Jets.
It.
I know his brother got traded to Dallas, but I think I saw some a couple of weeks ago that he could be a cap casualty because of his contract.
Right. I see. Also, we hired a new guy for defensive quality control coach, former linebacker in college, Troy Crittenton. So
he gonna pass out. He gonna pass out the Gatorade.
defensive quality control coach, man. Like I said, worked at Georgia State University on the defensive side of the ball. We hiring a lot of coaches, man. I'm gonna lie, we hiring a lot of coaches. So, but okay, all right. But my thing is this: have the Falcons really secretly been outlining their whole plan from the beginning?
Absolutely. Because when coaches first start, they pretty much have a plan in place. Who they gonna hire, how they gonna run things. All they need is like they said at the press conference before they hire Ian Cunningham. When he gets there, they just start putting everything together. They got a plan. Every coach has a plan. They just have to have the right pieces and players. Okay, another example. You remember when Jeff Aubrey did that press conference about 3 weeks ago, and he talked about not having to go out and scurry to find players when he can just pick players that he think can just come in and help his scheme because he has everything in place as the way he wants it. He said he never had that before. So
having those players that fit and also being able to pull from a pool of players and also being able to have players that he trusts within the system. And you know, it's not always like, okay, who's next? It's like, okay, these guys can actually play within the system and be effective. And that's the most thing that you need the most.
Right.
You know, it was something. Hold on 1 second. I was about to pull this.
You got it. Go ahead. Vincent said we need to keep Leonard Floyd. It will help our defense stay intact for at least another year. The only thing with that, Vincent, I think Leonard Floyd is going to be too much. If he comes down off that $10 million a year salary, brings it down about 7 or 8, I would say bring him back. He didn't really produce for that $10 million last year. So if he comes down to about 7 to 8 million, I would think about bringing him back. But at what he wants at 10 million, I don't see that anymore, especially when he's getting older too, and his production has been down the last couple of years.
You know what else I'm thinking about too, with all these coaches being hired? You're bringing in all this different experience from all these different places.
Right.
You're trying to mesh this coaching staff. But also what it indicates to me as well, and I could be completely wrong, but I'm just thinking about this on the fly. It could just indicate that the Falcons realize with the cap space, it's not going to be easy to go persuade certain players to come here. So you're going to have to draft well. You're going to have to use that undrafted free agency pool well. And you're going to have the right guys to coach these guys who are maybe not as up to speed. And you remember, we hit that underdraft free agency pool last year. We got guys that's going to be here this year trying to compete like Kobe Bryant and et cetera. But at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. Like, they may already just see the whole landscape and it's like, all right, let's just be real. We're going to have to spread this Kirk Cousins money over the next 2 years. We still have guys within the organization we want to keep and we need to pay. So we need to be having discussions with those guys. We want to bring new guys in, but we need to also have some cap-friendly signings to help us out because the cap will be better for us next year more so than it is this year. Even with restructures and everything like that, you still can free up some space to go get some guys, but you're going to have to bring some young guys in here, some undrafted guys in here, some guys that maybe not as polished. So we got to have the right coaching staff here to be able to brush these guys up and get these guys up to speed and get these guys ready to play on Sunday. That's just another thought I was thinking about as well. When I just think about all these different coaches coming in with all this different experience, different backgrounds, we're just hiring coach after coach after coach.
Yeah, but again, it's familiarity. I'm sure somebody on the staff already knew him, and they was, going out to make that move. And he's in the city, and that one way they probably found him was because they do that program every year where they look for inner city talent, inner city talent, and that's probably how they found him. It happens sometimes.
Yeah, that's for sure. He was a graduate assistant at the University of Florida. Worked with team linebackers before joining Georgia State. We hired him. This was a couple of days ago, but we also hired Kevin Winston and that's the guy that spent the last 5 years as the VP player
The
affairs for the
Panthers.
Panthers. Yeah, but he
Yeah,
was
he
here.
was here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was here before though
the
too.
previous 15 years before that.
Right.
Vincent, we won't. I mean, we ain't got no news yet, man. We probably won't get no news of that for probably another month or so. They're still going through the legal process
That's
and
the
trying
thing.
to see what they're gonna charge him with and who they can get to, get to testify. I guess, and that's what they're going to, because they're trying to see if they're gonna send him to trial. If they do that, then we'll know exactly which way to go. But I think the Falcons are gonna prepare for a time without him. I'm gonna just keep it real. I think they will, because they already know he's probably under the league personal conduct policy. He's already violated that, so he's going to miss time no matter what happens.
Mm-hmm. And there's a name that, by the way, dang man, that whole Pierce thing, real quick. I hate it because I feel like we ain't not gonna get no news until like after the draft. And I hope
That's
I'm
what I'm
wrong
thinking.
about that.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong about that. But also, Mr. Jordan Reed, who is hired to be the assistant QB's coach. So that's another guy. He was with the Wisconsin Badgers as the wide receiver coach in 2025.
Yeah, he actually coached in Detroit as well with the Lions.
Yep, Western Michigan, Kentucky, NFL intern, Panthers, Vikings, and he was a former
ATLGA. What's good? Yeah, he's been around.
Oh, I'm sorry. He was a standout wide receiver because he played at Parkview High School in Lilburn, Georgia, and he played at Ohio University. Caught 133 passes, over 1,600 yards, 12 touchdowns.
What school he played for? Lilburn High School.
Yeah. Let's hear. That's down here, Parkview.
Yeah, I know that because Parkview. Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Yeah, Parkview had that whoop squad back in the day. Cornbread eating dudes. Dre want to know, do we bring in a new conditioning coach?
I did not see anything about a new conditioning coach. I've been seeing position coach here and coming in left and right here and there. Because even like, I didn't even see that we had brought in Barrett Rude. He's going to be a
linebackers. Yeah,
he's going to stay. He's staying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
staying.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's Jeff guy. ATLGA, what's up, my guy? Tay said, another great show. I always look forward to these. Y'all have a good night. Hopefully tomorrow our phones get the buzzing. I think they will, Tay. I think they will. Y'all go check out my boy ATLGA Faithful on YouTube, man. Support him, hype him up. Tell him your boy Smitty sent you over there, man. But like Tay said, man, another great show, man. We truly appreciate y'all stopping through. And as always, man, thank y'all for the donation. Thank y'all for y'all time. And Chris, you know what to do, man.
Hey man, always find y'all peace, man. It's 9:30 at night. Hopefully y'all found y'all peace today, because positive energy always creates elevation. That's how you find that there, man. Catch me at A1 Forever Sports. That's the platform on YouTube. If you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can be a part of the A1 family. That's all it takes. And also Hawks Digest as well. Same thing, man. Come over there and subscribe there. Hawks on a 6-game win streak. So it's becoming exciting times in Atlanta down the stretch. We'll see where we can climb up into, because we're only like 2 games, I believe, now out of the 6th spot. So we just got to keep on winning, man, and beat the teams we're supposed to beat, and just see where the chips fall toward the end of the season. Because about 17, I think, more games left. So yeah,
16 or 17. Yeah,
I think like 17. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
But man, they got a blessing, bro. They got a blessing because Kuminga, man. I mean, how many times do you see a team throw away a player like that, man? Just because they ego get the best of them, because that was all Steve Kerr. But go ahead, man. My bad.
I mean, Steve Kerr. I mean, at the end of the day, man, I look at it like this. He inherited. I still believe he inherited the Warriors. I'm not saying that he's not a good coach.
Oh, absolutely. Mark Jackson, of course. Let's be real.
Yeah, he still won the championships. Regardless. I mean, he had the talent there for it. But some talent, man, can be so good that it feels like, you don't really have to coach that well. Just sit them out there with a decent scheme and just tell them go out there and have fun. especially when they got Durant adding him with Clay and Steph and Draymond and all that. Just and then they had a bench too, so it just was crazy. But all in all, though, yeah,
but
good.
two, think about it. And that's why he retiring this year, because he know that shit finna fall all the way apart. He ain't stupid.
You think he gonna retire?
Oh yeah, he already said it.
Oh well, shoot, man. Hey, at the end of the day, man, gotta be some new blood out there. But at the end of the day, I'm just happy that Kuminga's here. He only played 3 games, so my thing is the Hawks still been taking care of business even without Kuminga. But yeah, man, Hawks Digest. Make sure y'all catch us over there. Twitter, A1 Forever. Instagram, A1 Forever. And the real A1 Forever on TikTok, man. You know, God bless all y'all. We really do appreciate y'all every time y'all come through. And yeah, man, we're going to get ready for work. At least I know I am. I got it tomorrow. And hey, man, just again, I always thank y'all.
No doubt. No doubt, D, man. Anytime, my brother. Miss Drea, be blessed, y'all. Absolutely. Thank you for the donation. Truly appreciate you. What I was going find me on Twitter at fatboyslam_21, man. As I tell y'all all the time, I'm gonna try to keep y'all updated as to what's going on in the NFL, because I keep telling y'all tomorrow gonna be busy, man. It's gonna be super busy. But find me on Smitty Sports Machine as I keep y'all updated on the latest news around the NFL, not only with the Falcons, but whatever break. I'm gonna try to break it in shorts, because shorts is what's working right now. And look, y'all might see me tomorrow sometime around noon if news started breaking, because if the Falcons make a move, I'm gonna jump on live, and A1 just gonna talk outside the truck. So that's what we do, man. But again, man, thank y'all for a great show. Thank y'all for the interaction. We always appreciate it. Y'all make us think, man. Y'all give us thoughts. And Ms. Dre, I did drop that video for you on the wide receiver from USC. So go check it out. Jacoby Lane. I think he'll be a great fit for the Falcons. Drake London clone, in my opinion, but I still think he'll be a great fit. For my boy A1, this your boy Antoine Smith. We're gonna rock on out of here, man, and holler at y'all probably tomorrow. Peace.